If you're looking for the best clothing deals in Salt Lake County, one place stands out for the price, quality, and the selection, and that's Zalzo. Zalzo is your destination for up to 70% off premium and mid-luxury brands every single day. Tucked just off of 3900 South in Murray, Zalzo carries the brands you actually want to wear at the prices you're happy to pay. Run over to our store today and see for yourself the weekly updates to the always impressive and expansive inventory of both adult and children's clothing. While you're here, don't forget to check out the weekly markdown racks with even steeper deals. Stuck on a work call? Go to Zalzo.com, that's ZALLZO.com for information and a listing of in-store deals. Zalzo, you'll come in just to look, but we know you'll leave hooked.
As our coach said, it's going to be a dogfight, but we are ready for that, and it's 90 minutes, we need to give everything, so yeah, we need to be locked in.
At the end of the day, the fans would see it, you know. We've been trying to represent them on the pitch, and we are going to give our 100% every single game for them. And
can't wait to get back and put on, the RSL jersey and in front of the fans that have been amazing support. Without them, without RSL, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, so I'm extremely grateful and I'm excited.
What's up, RSL Nation?
Welcome to the Royal Riot.
Salvas gets it away. Catranes, the square ball. Diego Luna! It's Diego Luna now trying to turn. Luna! Oh, it's in! What a goal! A lot of space for Johnny Russell. Johnny Russell! His first start for Real Salt Lake. His first goal for Real Salt Lake. One hole! Magnificent from Real Salt Lake. And Noel Kaliskan with the best goal he's probably ever scored.
Oh, turns, overlap on the right side. Gonzalez! Yes!
Brian Ojeda. Here's a Ghana, third time. Is it a charm? Malagon! Luna! Yeah! Cabral has been insatiable in goal. Zuniga now! Cabral, the hero! Man! This guy's good! They have found a keeper! It's Salt Lake City!
Welcome back. Elodie, shut up. We're going live, man. Welcome back to the second episode of the week. It is a very special 420 episode brought to you here today. We're joined here by David. How are you doing today?
Awesome, man. We had our best episode yesterday, if you guys caught it. We reviewed San Diego, and all the comments were, it's just the LD, David, and Jimmy. That's all we need. No one else. Okay. One guy's opinion. Not going to name who. Horrible takes. Glad he wasn't on it. But
Fair.
yeah, I'm pretty good. Good way to start my week and everything. So yeah, happy to be with you boys.
Hell yeah. And then we were joined here by someone in Miami. Very special Miami guest on this episode. How are you doing today?
I am doing excellent. I am happy to discuss the upcoming battle that will be the one and only returning MLS Cup champions, Inter Miami, to face Real Salt Lake. How are you guys doing?
Fine.
I was doing better until you showed up with a Miami logo on. That's crazy.
Listen, when
Wow.
when you have to support the biggest club in MLS, you got to support the biggest club in MLS. What can I say, y'all? Listen,
This is disgusting.
black and pink,
For the listeners,
Rosa y Negro, let's go.
I was like, we could do both in one episode. And LD just dominated the chat. No. Okay, it's a big club. It deserves an hour and a half. So buckle in, everybody. You're getting LD's preview and take on the best club in the world, I guess.
Who's leading this episode right now? It feels like David should
I
be,
am.
but Hayden apparently is. That's kind of weird.
Hey, you need to stop being so rude. You need to watch your mouth. Otherwise, I'm going to have to come out to Miami and fight you. And we can go to your stupid new stadium and watch your stupid team with your stupid fan base. Name me 5 players pre-Messi. Go.
Well, first, before that, we'll have a fight over some rib rolls at Flanagan's first. How does that sound?
Oh, yeah, that was good. That was a good idea. At 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m. on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday at 2 a.m. And it will still be a 15-minute wait to get sat. Yeah, that was
Let's see.
devious behavior.
5 players pre-Messi. You had Robbie Taylor, wait, yeah, I'm already messing up. Who was that young number 19 kid that was really good?
Your team.
DeAndre Yedlin.
Not giving you hints.
DeAndre.
One.
Robert Taylor was definitely pre-Messi because then Messi made him good. Let's see. So that's 3. I need 2 more. Oh, well, let's see. It's hard.
The biggest player you guys had
before yeah.
Messi?
Well, we had Gonzalo Higuain, but a lot of us were kind of hit or miss on him. So whatever. I mean,
a lot of us never watched him, is what you should be saying.
And, the 5th player pre-Messi for the greatest club in MLS was probably the center back who was really, really good. And he barely had any hair. And I'm blanking on his name right now.
A name would be good.
But he was really good. Believe me. Trust me, guys.
A name could be cool. Yeah, I just don't believe he was that good with how bad Miami was. But hey, over under 3 games that you watched prior to Messi.
Full 90 minutes. I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna take the under on that, Bob.
Yeah. 3 games, and it's just, and the first word out of your mouth. Ooh, not sure about that one. That's crazy. Yeah, no, you're doing a really good job representing the Miami fan base.
Of course.
What
really
about Blaise Matuidi? Do you remember him?
Well, I try to forget about him because he got us fined and made us lose a lot of our opportunities to be good, to be good in MLS. But you know what? You know what happens though? When you have big dreams and big vision and you eye for the best player of all time to come to your team, those fines and sanctions don't even touch you, my friend. If you can get someone like Messi to come, MLS doesn't care. They'll do what you want. So you always got to think big. You got to dream big. Freedom to dream, baby. Freedom to dream.
Well,
okay,
and fines really don't matter. Well, fines really don't matter when MLS is willing to help you pay for that player. So when everyone's willing to hop on board, they can ignore the fines.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, homie.
We do. Trust me.
Okay.
Everyone listening hates this part of the game.
I do have a question.
Yes.
If MLS was already caught up in a TV deal when Messi was entering that free agency time, do you think he would come to MLS still?
I don't think we would have had the package to get him.
No.
To be honest.
No, Apple was a huge part in getting Messi here. Apple was a big part in getting Messi here. So I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So it's kind of coincidental, right? That we were negotiating a TV deal right around when he was hitting free agency.
Well, the Apple deal was confirmed the year before Messi was brought in to the greatest club in the world, right?
Oh my
God.
It
was. It actually was. It was confirmed that it was happening. And then I'm sure that they were just able to be like, hey, we got Messi coming. What are you going to do for us? So, I mean, the freaking shorty is here, running around the pitch, causing havoc. I've seen him once. RSL played him 2 years ago. He's all right, I guess. Didn't even get a goal. He's fine. Not even that good, if you ask me. Just one
over Andrew Brody.
Opinion. He did jump over Andrew Brody. And
wait, he
did make us
cameras.
Go viral for Justin Glad.
Hold on, there's no cameras on the live right now? What's going on? People
gotta check.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's good. That's good news.
That's well, and it makes the joke not hit as good right now with what's going on. But
yeah, are you done playing the Miami fan? Can we have you back?
Listen,
this is disgusting.
Let me just say this, okay,
brother.
This is the thing, okay. When you want to be a great team, you have to go after the greatest, okay? And the greatest number 10 of all time in MLS history may be Messi right now, but eventually it will be Diego Luna, my friends. Vamos Real. Guys, you didn't think I was really just going to rock the Inter Miami jersey the whole time. For those who weren't listening, or for those who weren't watching the live or couldn't see with the cams.
No, nobody was.
I was rocking an Inter Miami kit. It didn't really hit as good as I was expecting because the cams weren't working. But don't worry, I got my RSL kit back on. We're all good. We're here. for Real.
That's good. That was disgusting. I didn't like that. So before we do jump into Miami and a little bit of LA Galaxy preview, we do have a little bit of conversation just from the last game to finish up. The 4-2 win over San Diego, big win over a very good team who's struggling a bit, decent amount. It's showing that they really need to figure out what to do with Chucky and get that designated player spot open if he's not going to play for him. But let's just go over players of the match real quick since y'all didn't do it on the early episode. David, go ahead and give me your players of the match.
Yeah, first off, I'll take the hit. My bad.
Yeah,
My three players, though, are, of course, Sergi, Luna, because I think this was a great game for him to get some numbers, and then Stein Spearings. I love that he just bodied the midfield. It was great to watch.
Spearings was insane. I'm going to go Salons, Luna, and Morgan. He got his first goal. So got to go with Morgan getting on the score sheet finally. Also, he was electric in this game. He's a big reason why the Salons second goal happened. He got that ball moving. I believe he actually did get a secondary assist on that goal. But he was really good in this game. Ben electric. Stein was right outside of that for me, but I just feel like giving it to the attackers this time. The goal scorers, the guys getting the assist. Stein was crazy, though. Absolutely great shout. Played fantastic. LD, your
Mine's got to be Sergi. It's got to be Morgan G for getting his first goal. And this one is going to be an interesting shout. I'm going to give my third one to DeAndre Yedlin for coming in last second to start the game and put in the shift that he did. Is not easy coming back from injury for him going the time that he did. So I think he deserves a star for that match.
Good shout. He had a lot of fire in this game too. Like he was up in the faces of a lot of these players.
Yeah.
The one thing that we got to figure out is our defense. We don't have a shutout. We've given up 10 goals this year. It's not been good. And I really don't think that it was PQ that was the issue, giving up a lot of these goals. It has come down that side of the field. Gozo on that one goal did get caught up again. Yedlin wasn't able to recover. Glad wasn't able to recover. And that's how they scored their first goal. But man, we got to figure out how to stop these goals because that's the clear difference between us and the top 5 in the league. So the top 5 in the league are allowing 3, maybe 4 goals through the first 7 or 8 games. And RSL's already got 10. It's just not looking great. Cabral obviously did great at the end. He's been fantastic again this season, but it's something where they have to figure out, and it's not going to be easy figuring it out against the 2025 MLS MVP, Lionel Messi, coming to town on Wednesday. I am very confident. I mean, we're going to be releasing this episode on Tuesday. It's Monday night. I am giving myself a 98% confidence rating that Lionel Messi takes the field in America First Field. He is in Harriman, Utah currently. Yeah, Lionel Messi and Miami, they took over RSL's practice facility today and tomorrow. RSL's out in Sandy. I don't know if this is common around the league. It kind of does make sense to be like, oh yeah, have him be in a more secure place. Because when they did some interviews, and there's a Yedlin interview that I saw, and like you could see cars going on in the background, and it was like, oh yeah, you could very easily access these players. So it probably made sense to have Messi in Harriman, where it's a lot more secure. However, still a little bit strange. We're getting a little bit of the star experience. The city of Sandy is already prepping people. They're basically shutting down the entire city at about 3:30. A lot of roads are going to be shut down. Make sure you have your route planned. Get there extremely early, and then be aware that there are going to be so many street vendors and a lot of people trying to sell you tickets as you're going up or trying to buy your tickets. If it sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true. So just be smart going to this match. And if you're an RSL fan, make sure to wear your RSL gear. I've actually got a pretty cool opportunity for this match. I'm going to be the season ticket member of the match for this one, which I'm kind of hyped about. They decided that I was trustworthy enough not to go and tackle Lionel Messi. So good on me for somehow getting that as my thing. Diego Luna's not safe, though. Like, that man needs to have a hug from me. But that'll be a fun time. So if you're going to be at the match, make sure to support RSL, of course. But Miami coming in, struggling this season, have already parted ways with their coach. It's kind of funny that they're struggling. They're second in the East with 15 points, 4 wins, 3 draws, and a loss. They did beat Colorado Saturday 3-2. It did not look pretty for those of you that watched this one. It wasn't great. They're good. One of their good defensive midfielders. I don't know his first name, but his last name's Bright. He is going to be out this game. He is suspended for saying some naughty words. So he is not going to be available. We'll have to see if Lionel Messi starts. He did go the full 90. But I mean, I do think he starts. I think they're really trying to find their groove. LD, what do you think? You're the Miami expert.
Yes, he's going to start. Absolutely. There's nothing else that this team is playing for right now besides trying to defend their run as MLS Cup champions again. So literally Lionel Messi is going to play. He's going to start. He didn't pick up any, knocks in the Colorado game. Even for what the Colorado game was, as crazy of a game it was, he wasn't really doing a ton of sprinting and running around. So like he was just being his Messi self, where he finds his pockets, he does his magic, he walks around a little more. Like that was his gameplay this last match against Colorado. So I wouldn't be too worried if I was an RSL fan. I think you're going to get a full 90 minutes from Lionel Messi, especially knowing that they're going to come home to Miami after the game in Utah, get some rest in, where he'll be ready again to play on. I believe Sunday is their game, from what I remember.
Against New England.
Yeah, against New England. I will be there. So I think he's going to be on display for the full 90 minutes. So credit to all those people who stuck with their guns and kept tickets. I was laughing the whole time, just kind of like monitoring. And like, I get it. Like, you guys, and it's part of the Utah culture to think that the worst thing possible is going to happen to us fans. So I'm not saying that like you shouldn't have been stressed out about paying all that money to not see Lionel Messi, but I don't think people give enough credit to how much that guy tries to play as much as he can, even in MLS. I wasn't worried about it. I would have been a little concerned if they were still advancing in CONCACAF Champions League, but the moment they got bounced from CCC, I was like, oh, he's going to be playing the full 90 minutes against RSL, as long as there were no injuries related to his playing, which has been the case. So I think you guys are going to be in for a real treat to finally get to see him live, and it's going to be such a cool just thing for the state of Utah to see him. I mean, the fact that he's literally in Utah right now is just so weird. It's like such a weird, weird.
He's in Harriman.
It's such a,
like what's the goat doing in Harriman,
it's
bro?
Like such a weird concept. Like the fact, like I'm just imagining that guy like getting bussed around on Mountain Dew corridor. Like what? Like it's just a funny thought. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun thing, and I'm excited to talk about the matchup between them because it'll be a good game.
Go ahead, David. Your thoughts on that?
For sure. I'm gonna be a little bit skeptical that he plays the entire 90, just because he is playing his second game on high altitude. But I do agree with LD that Messi will start this game. I just don't really see it that he goes 90. And you said it as well that the game is on Saturday, correct?
Sunday.
The Inter Miami game.
Was it Saturday? I thought it was Sunday.
No,
it's Saturday.
I was asking you.
I think it is Saturday, actually. You might be right, David.
Yeah.
Go, David.
That actually makes it worse. We play on Sunday, actually, against the LA Galaxy.
I think I mixed those two up. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So we do get a day rest. So, yeah, I think RSL is going to go all out, and that the guys do get an extra day really helps. I don't think you need to take off guys at around the 70th if it's not needed. But for Messi, I don't know. Like LD watches more Inter Miami than I do. I don't know if they sub him off often when there's like 3 games in 7 days.
Yeah.
But it would make sense.
Yeah. I get it from the standpoint of, because that's the one thing that's keeping me from maybe thinking that he gets subbed is that, like, yeah, he played at, it'd be different, right? If he played in California and then came to Utah to play, but like he did play at a high altitude game in Colorado, and he's going to play at another high altitude game in Utah. So there's definitely that plays into it. They have sports science, trainers just like we do. And so they do all the math together. But the other thing is that it's Lionel Messi. Like if he wants to play, he's going to play, right? And it's very, very rare where that dude gets subbed off. Like it's very rare. And the only time I've seen it happen is when he's come back from injury and they've had him start the game and they only expect him to go 60 or 70 minutes, even though he's still potentially fighting for them to like let him stay on the field. So just knowing that type of approach he usually does with himself, that's why I think that even though it's high altitude games, like I said, he wasn't really like exhausting himself that much in the Colorado game. If you think about where his highlights were, it was at the end of the game when everybody else was tired and he decided to just turn it on in those last few minutes. So that's why I think there's still the potential for him to go the full 90, but you never know. He could be getting subbed out in the 70th minute. But I think regardless, you're going to see a good majority of him in this game.
Well, and when you look back at the games this year, the only game he's missed so far was Charlotte, and that was in between So they played Saturday, March 7th against DC, Wednesday, March 11th against Nashville, Saturday, March 14th against Charlotte, Wednesday, March 18th against Nashville, and then Sunday, March 22nd against New York City. So they had like 5 games in a week and a half. That was the only time he's missed a game, and it was against an Eastern Conference team. I don't know. I feel like there was something that came out of Colorado after the game that really kind of confirmed what we've heard early on in the season, that executives and ownership from Western Conference teams, I guess, really have to actually fight for Messi to come to their club, to their team. It's not just a given, I guess, that he'll go and visit whoever Miami should be playing, which is ridiculous in my opinion. But Colorado, it was released. I don't know who released this. I just have a screenshot. But I guess they had to lobby for MLS to have a visit from Lionel Messi. Their CBO, whatever that is, Haley Dermer, described the club's participation in a formal but unpublicized process to convince the league to put a home game against Inter Miami on the 2026 schedule. And they said that it was one of the first priorities of their job last summer was trying to convince Miami. Or convince MLS, I should say. So that really, I don't think Messi is going to miss this Western Conference game. He's only missed one Western Conference game since he's been in the league. It was against Vancouver on turf all the way in Canada when they were playing, again, 3 games in 7 days. It just made sense to miss that game from a logics perspective. This one, I think he can play. I would say if he goes 60 minutes, you probably get your money's worth. You're probably pretty happy with that. But I'm excited to see how RSL handles him. Last time we played him, it looked like the lights were too bright. It really looked like we were just not ready back in 2024 at the beginning for the season opener. We have a lot of players that are new, but my biggest concern is we have a lot of young players right now. There's a lot of young players who they have to be able to have that mindset of, this is just another guy. Like, yeah, it's Lionel Messi. You got to mark him different, obviously, but you got to play your style, because if RSL plays their style, they are a terrible matchup for Miami, especially with Bright out. Their center backs are awful. Salon should have terrific opportunities. Luna, Gozo, those guys should be cooking. Morgan should be just dicing that midfield. DePaul hasn't been great, especially on defense this year, so they're really going to struggle, I believe, with this attack. And the only reason RSL loses this game is if the lights get too bright, if they just can't handle the midfield, if Caliscan and Stein, which I think that pairing is so solid that that'll be okay. I believe Sanabria is going to start on Wednesday. I'm putting Catranes back on the bench, which it's crazy that we have 2 guys that good, because Catranes was great on Saturday. I thought he was really good, but I do think Sanabria is just another tier. So I think he'll get that start.
Hayden. I have to just, we got to fix this. Sanabria.
Do you know Sergi Salon? It's Sergi, not Sergi. Sergi.
Yeah.
That's how it's pronounced on TV and in the stadium.
Uh-huh.
We've always said Sergi. I'm just going to keep on saying Sergi, probably. Easier to say. But I keep hearing it as Sergi. Anyways, the only way I think RSL loses this game is if we get in our heads. I do think that it will be a large majority Miami fans. Let's talk about that for a minute. I want to get your guys' takes. Do you think it's okay to sell your season tickets for this game? David, what are your thoughts?
So I personally am going to this game because I've never seen Inter Miami or Messi play before. But I do have one ticket, my wife's ticket, that she doesn't really care about. Honestly, it depends on who you are as a season ticket holder. Like how invested you are to see Messi. And no, like nothing against my wife. She's actually seen Messi multiple times in World Cup qualifiers in Ecuador. So she was just like, if you can X amount of dollars, I'm not going to like advertise right now, but if you can get X amount of dollars for this ticket, I'm fine watching it at home because I've already seen him play in important matches. So to me, it just depends on what type of season ticket holder you are. And if you're like one of those like, oh, I bring my family and my kids and, you know, it's a school night. If you sell your kids this ticket, I totally understand. But if you're like, dude, I want to see Messi play, this is probably going to be the best opportunity to see Messi play without spending a ton of money on traveling or anything. Like, he's literally in our backyard, so why not just go see him? That's my take.
Yeah, as a season ticket member, I easily would have been selling these tickets if I didn't have this opportunity. It's just
I don't believe you.
you could literally get
I don't
half.
believe you for 1 second.
No, I had an offer. So me and my wife, we were in Vegas. We had someone message us. They were willing to pay for the tickets. And then I get a call asking if I wanted to do the season ticket member of the match thing. Cause they were like, hey, we need someone that we know. Cause MLS doesn't want just someone that is willing to get banned from the stadium for life as long as they get a picture with Messi, kind of a thing. Right. So they were like, we need someone that doesn't want to be banned. And that was literally, I called up my season ticket member partner, Johnny, and I was just like, hey, we can get pre-filled access. What do you think? And he's like, yeah, I guess we got to take that down. Like, we're not going to sell those anymore. And he was honestly, I would call him a casual soccer fan. Like, he only watches RSL. He doesn't watch anything else. World Cup doesn't really matter to him. Like, he'll probably have it on for sure, but he is just about as casual as you can get, where he really only cares about RSL. And it's only because I brought him to not his first RSL game, but I've got him into RSL quite a bit. And as a friend, he's really supported the podcast and everything. So he's invested at this point. But he was like, I was kind of bummed that we were looking to sell those, but I understood because we were going to make at least half of our season tickets back. And it was like, hey, that's kind of crazy. And that's why if you're a season ticket member selling your tickets, go for it. If the rest of the league is willing to shill out for Messi, I don't think it should be, I don't think anybody should say, hey, fans, you shouldn't be selling your tickets to Miami fans and taking advantage of that. Like, if RSL is going to take advantage of it, you should too. Everyone's going to take advantage of it. If you feel that your money is better spent and being able to get season tickets for half off, that's so sick because you get to watch RSL 16 more times. If anything, that to me just shows you care more about RSL than you do about Messi, which for a lot of people, that's probably pretty true. A lot of people probably just don't care about international soccer. They're just like, yeah, my family goes to games.
Yeah,
That's
but it's
sick,
not just international soccer. It's the greatest player of all time, like, coming to Utah. And you're not just watching him in like a world-class stadium where you're like 50, 100 rows away from the field. Like, it's an intimate setting where no matter where you sit in that stadium, you're going to get prime time vision of the greatest player of all time playing with you. So, like, I get the concept of like, oh, well, like, if you want to sell him because like you're the casual fan, but like, I don't believe that most of the RSL season ticket holders aren't keeping their ticket and going to the game because they're going to make the money back on their season tickets. I think like a majority of people want to see Lionel Messi. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity for a lot of those soccer fans that have season tickets. And I just can't, and I don't know, maybe I've just been in like outside of like Utah long enough to make me forget what maybe our fan base is like. But to me, and just talking to like fans even on Twitter and stuff like I just feel like there's too many people who are too knowledgeable about soccer to pass up on an opportunity to see a Lionel Messi that close in their own stadium right in their backyard.
From the groups that I'm in with RSL season ticket members, a lot of people are selling their tickets for this one, or at least they have a price, right?
Yeah,
they will go if it's like they have it listed, and it is absurd. They're like, okay, if someone's willing to pay me stupid money, then sure. But that's what it was for me. I was like, half my season paid for. That's stupid money.
But you're still going. Yeah,
I'll take that.
But you're still going.
Right. Because I was offered something different.
So I don't believe that you're sitting. I don't believe you're sitting on your couch watching this Inter Miami game on TV and not like feeling the most FOMO you ever will for not watching Messi live at Rio Tinto.
That's the trade-off, right? Is whoever does sell their tickets is going to absolutely miss out because this stadium, it's going to be packed. But I think we will see a lot of pink, a lot of blue stripes throughout this stadium. Dude, I have coworkers coming up and talking to me about RSL when nobody talks to me about RSL. Like, I have people coming up and they're like, oh yeah, Messi's coming soon. I got me and my kid's ticket. I'm like, dude, you don't even know. They're like, yeah, we got the package thing. I don't know who else we're going to go and see because RSL had all those nice like 4-game packages, like those
which was
ones.
A great deal. Like,
it was.
If you knew it a season ticket holder, that was the deal.
That was a great deal, especially because it capitalized on getting fans there because of Messi, but then trying to keep them there. That's what I really hope comes of this, is we're going to see a ton of pink and blue, and I don't Like, I am very much no judgment. If you sell your tickets, happy for you. If you go to this game, happy for you. Love it. If you're going and supporting Messi, happy for you. It's the GOAT. It's Lionel Messi. I'm not going to shame you for there is a guy that's bigger than the club.
I will shame you. I will shame you if you literally sold your money
the man
to
who
miss out on literally watching. Like, I'm just telling you because I see it on a week-to-week basis how cool it is to watch this guy live. If you're not going to Rio Tinto and you have the opportunity to keep your ticket and watch Messi live, like, you are going to, listen, $400, $500 for great. That's fantastic. That's going to last you some groceries, some gas, maybe a little bit of this month's rent. But like the
economy.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to go by quick. Like, the memories that you'll have of being able to watch Messi. I am actually feeling the most FOMO that I don't get to be in Utah. I grew up in Utah. I grew up going to that stadium. And the fact that I'm going to miss out on watching Messi play in the stadium that I grew up going to, like, kills me. It pains me so bad. And the only thing that makes up for it is that I get to at least watch him here in Miami, right? Like, that's the only thing that I can, like,
well, and you've seen the team play him.
Yeah, it's
but
a little
it was different
though,
like
right?
when
like,
you and I went. It was so different. Yeah.
Exactly. So I kid you not, I have so much FOMO that I don't get to be there in Utah to watch him. So like, I just feel like it's such an amazing once in a lifetime opportunity. This is a glaze fest of Messi.
Put that comment up, David.
Yeah. I just can't believe that people would pass up an opportunity. It's like back in the day when people had the chance to see Pele play for the New York Cosmos, when David Beckham came from England and got to play in the MLS, like, it was worth going to watch them play. And those people played on a consistent basis in Utah. Well, not Pele, but like Beckham was in the Western Conference, so we got to see him a lot more often.
Henry.
Yeah, but it's a whole different level with Messi. So I just feel like you have to be going to the game, and maybe Drew sold his ticket, so he's feeling FOMO right now, so he's calling me out. But I just think if you don't go to see Messi and watch him play against your club that you grew up watching or have been very invested in the last few years, like, you're just gonna miss out on a really cool opportunity. And like, the money's great for it, but like, the money's only gonna last for so long. I think the memories will last for much longer, in my opinion. But that's just me as a soccer fan.
Here's the vibes that I'm getting. I'm getting the vibes that people that are selling their tickets are just praying he doesn't play. Like, they're just like, please don't let him play. And I've seen a lot of negativity. Like, yeah, he's not playing. I'm like, well, did you sell your tickets and you're saying that? Like, are you just hoping you don't miss out on it? Because I do believe he's playing. He is in Utah. And it's getting to that point where he didn't get hurt against Colorado. He should be available. David, go ahead.
Well, do you guys know the guy that I'm sad that's not going to be there and was so close to being there?
Javi Mo.
From this Inter Miami. What?
Javi Mo.
I'm kind of sad that Javi Mo's not coming back.
It's terrible.
Maybe we have an opportunity to bring him back in a way better way.
And Santi. You can bring Santi.
Maybe we have an opportunity to bring him and Santi, make it a little GAM trade. For Santi, bring him here.
Yeah, not to like divert from Messi, but I was looking up that news actually because I know that he's actually been part of multiple coaching staffs throughout like Inter Miami's really long history in MLS. But I would say that when I found out that just a week ago that he won't be coming, it made me a little bit sad because he hasn't been back, I think, for around like four years.
Since his return with FC Dallas when they put his name up in the stands. Or no, was that while he was playing with FC Dallas, or had he retired at that point? I think he might have been retired at that point.
I think he retired.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Is this the first time Inter Miami's ever come to Salt Lake?
Yes.
Yep. That's why I think I'll go on I think it's ridiculous that teams have to freaking lobby MLS to be like, hey, come and play. No, it's a rotating schedule. You play 3 teams on the road of the Western Conference if you're an Eastern Conference team. It should rotate. Miami has not been to Colorado or Utah. I understand it's a money thing. I understand that.
But you're part of the league.
It's a regular season game in April. Like, what are we doing? Why do we have to lobby so hard to get this guy here? It's ridiculous. I'm happy that he's coming. And my whole hope for this is that anybody going just for Messi, I hope you are a Utah local, and I hope you see how fun this team is. That's what I hope we get. That's why RSL needs to play on their absolute best this game, because there are going to be so many fans, probably close to half the fans in that stadium that are not there to see RSL. You got to put on a show for them. Those are going to be locals for the most part. Put on a show, get them back in the stadium, sell those tickets. That's why I love the packets that they did, because it gets them there for more than one game. This team is electric. This team is so fun. So for anybody, if you know anybody, I mean, anyone listening to this podcast, they're a diehard RSL fan. You're not listening to Royal Ride on a Tuesday if you're not caring about RSL, right? So if you know people that are going to this game just because Messi is cool to see, get them into RSL. That's your biggest duty as an RSL fan because this team's electric. People need to buy in. Listen, I don't think we're going to get any trophies from a different professional club anytime soon here. RSL is our best hope. It's the best path to professional trophies in this state. No shade, no hate to the Mammoth. They did get knocked down pretty good by Vegas. Hopefully they can get back. It's only game 1, so we'll have to see for them. But LD, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, shout out to the ownership and whoever was the group to keep the game at Rio Tinto when they could have easily sold out and taken it to, Rice-Eccles Stadium or where else they wanted to take it, because it was really cool to see all the people that came out in Colorado. But I would be kind of annoyed if I was a Rapids fan, knowing that I didn't get to watch them at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, and instead I had to go watch them at the Bronco Stadium. So I just think, it's very fortunate as a Utah fan to be able to go watch the game in that stadium. Like I said, where it's going to be very intimate. You're going to have a really good look at, just being able to watch Messi play against RSL. So yeah, I just wanted to give a quick shout out there because not other clubs have gone the same route.
So let's talk about the actual game now, not just the player coming. Let's talk about what this game will take for RSL to get a very important 3 points when you're fighting for top of the West right now, and it's as good as it is. When San Jose is the story of the season for MLS, what
Crazy.
A turnaround! It's kind of bonkers that we don't play them until October. We play them twice in October. I'm excited for that. Hopefully, we're still on the form that we're on, and it's a crazy end of season matchup. But the West is tough this year. The West is really, really strong, and so even early on in April, every match matters, especially when you're at home. You're going on the road to LA Galaxy, who they're going to be fighting for points when they're at home much harder. And they're really, pretty decent at home. So this Miami game, you've got to be able to get all 3 points any way that you can. I think it's a big momentum taker, or it can give you a lot of momentum moving forward from this one because, of course, you are beating the GOAT. That would be huge. So this one just has a lot of implications outside of a normal regular season game, right? What are the keys to the match? It comes down to Justin Glad, Engel, and Yedlin being able to keep an eye on Lionel Messi, obviously. That's the guy that you've obviously got to keep an eye on. You've got to make sure that you watch his runs. Sanabria has got to come back on fire after his time away with Uruguay and then just struggling to get back to the country with the visa process. And then, of course, you've got Gozo, who they are probably going to attack on that right side because that's been our weakest link. It's been Gozo defensively. As good as he's been on offense, he has been a struggle. We've given up multiple goals from his side where he has been caught from behind. And the right center back, whoever it is, isn't able to recover because of the other responsibilities. Bertarame, very, very good forward that is going to take up Glad, Engel, Yedlin. One of those guys are always going to have to keep an eye on him, despite also having Messi right there. So Gozo is going to have to be on his A game. And then, of course, Stein, Caliscan, I think they have a much easier matchup now without Bright, but you've got to be able to control some possession, make sure Messi doesn't have as much of the ball. And then the attack, this is where we win, right? This is, Drew, great question on if RS is going to be back, or we should say probably if he's going to be here for the first time. He hasn't been available yet. He got hurt in October. His loan, funny enough, we only have like 5 or 6 more games with him before his loan expires. So hopefully we can get him on the field pretty soon here. I believe he would just be depth if he is coming back, but I do think he is questionable. I'm going into this one. The attack's got to be fantastic. It's got to be what thrives. Falcone struggled. LD, you and I both watched this Colorado game. He was given chase a lot. He just runs. If Solans doesn't have multiple one-on-one opportunities, he's just got to put him away, which he does a really good job of, and just not hit the crossbar. As long as he doesn't hit the crossbar, I think we're going to win this game. I'll go ahead and give a prediction. I'm going to go exact same score as San Diego. I'm going to go 4-2. I'm going to go 4-2 RSL. I'm going to say we get 2 goals from Luna. I think this is going to be a battle of the 10s. Luna going to go crazy. I'm going to say Sergi stays hot with another goal, and I'll give it to Gozo getting his goal as well. Morgan will get at least an assist. David, let's go to you next.
So I agree with you on that last point because I think if Gozo is pushing up in the attack, they're going to have a real hard time with him. Honestly, like I can see that Gozo's going to have multiple one-on-one opportunities in this match, with just how Miami defends. And if he puts them away, I'm kind of leaning where you're going, which is it's a high scoring game. There's gonna be goals. Like we know
Yes.
that for a fact.
We're not stopping them, and neither are they.
Yeah, for sure. I would say Inter Miami too. They're second in the East. That's a great position. But I don't believe, have had too many shutouts as well. I think maybe just one so far this season. You know, our Inter Miami expert LD probably can correct me, but they had 1-0-0 tie, but they leak goals. Obviously, Colorado really, I would say, came back in that game, if I believe so. Like, I believe Inter Miami started off winning with Messi having a penalty, and then Colorado was winning 2-1 until the 79th minute. Is that
No, Berterame
no
scored
right
in
before
the
half?
45th plus 5. Yeah, so it was
Sorry.
1-2 Miami, and then Colorado tied it, and then Messi got it.
For sure. But yeah, I saw that. Sorry, the red card made it look weird, but because it was like on the 87th minute, right? The red card.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go close to your prediction. I'm going to go 3-2 RSL. So I really think that we can win against this Inter Miami. I do think they're going to be tired and that they're going to have to do a little bit of rotation for that Saturday game, a little bit more than we do. And we did just have a bye weekend, which I don't believe they did. I'm going 3-2. Honestly, I watched this club, Inter Miami. It's not unpredictable, but when they just turn it on, they can change a game whenever they really want to. So it's really hard to be like, okay, it's just going to be a blowout for RSL, because if it was like 4-1 going into the half, I could see Inter Miami scoring 3 goals in the second half. They're just that good in the attack, but I know their defense leaks. So I know I talked for a little bit, but I want to hear LD. What's your prediction for Wednesday?
I actually agree with you. I think they're going to rotate the squad. I think Messi's still going to play, but I don't think it's going to be like the strongest starting 11 that they're planning on throwing out there. I think that is going to obviously help RSL. I mean, they already have a issue with Yannick Bright being out. I think that midfield's going to be absolutely exposed. We all know that Messi doesn't have to drop back and defend. He will if he feels like it's necessary, but he has no assignment, no responsibility or accountability to have to go back and defend. Even though he'll obviously still go and if he really feels like the game needs for it, he'll do it. But I think that is going to play huge into RSL's favor, because a lot of the time that midfield already gets exposed as it is because of the just how exposed that back line is all the time for Inter Miami. And you're right. Like it's funny because even with their games at home, they'll have all the momentum going for them where they should be able to start taking games away from the opponent and, should be clearly going on to a victory. And they let some dumb thing happen that allows them to get scored on. And when a goal gets scored on, you can see it in everybody like on the field. They just like drop their confidence. And like we saw in Colorado, it really does take like a Herculean effort by Lionel Messi to go and like try and get them back into the game or to win the game or whatever the situation is. So I think RSL is going to pretty much handedly do well, as long as what Hayden said as well, right? The moment doesn't get too big for them. That's a good point, Drew. Silvetti did get hurt. And I know he was back in training. I haven't seen an update. I'm in one of the chats for Inter Miami out here in Miami, and one of the guys was saying that they think Silvetti's going to be good to go, but I don't know how like resourceful that was. So, because I haven't seen actually any like official updates. But Silvetti's always someone that if he's on the field, he can make a lot of like amazing things happen. So, but yeah, I just think from what I've seen at the games for them, like Gozo's going to be an issue for them. Like Morgan Guilavogui is going to be an issue for them. Diego Luna is going to be an issue for them. And the reason why they're going to be such an issue is kind of what we talked about in our last San Diego recap. The fluidity and chemistry they have in rotating among that front three. And then obviously Gozo, when he goes into the attack, is just going to cause a lot of confusion for a back line that doesn't have Yannick Bright in front of them to clean up any mess. So I just think there's going to be a lot of frustration among their parts, especially if we score a goal pretty early. I think that's going to put them on their toes. But like David said, I mean, I've seen games where I thought they were out of it and like I should just get up out of my seat and leave. And then out of nowhere, something happens where they score a goal and then they just get on a heater and they either end up pulling a draw out or a win. Obviously, it's a little bit different home playing and playing away. I think the altitude's obviously going to play a factor, so you definitely have to use that to your advantage if you're RSL. But, the only thing that concerns me is how we leaked our goal against San Diego, right? In that transition play. Those are the kind of goals that I could easily see Inter Miami scoring on us if we're not careful. So, and here's the thing, like, if you watch that goal from San Diego, the pass that broke lines is kind of what got us, right? To get them into that counter transition. And Lionel Messi is the king of being able to do amazing passes that break lines that no one else sees. And you have an oncoming Silvetti or an oncoming Tadeo Allende on the end of it. So there's just like a lot of really good attack that they have, and we just have to be on our game about it. And so I'm not super confident that obviously we're going to keep a clean sheet by any means, but I'm hoping that the rotated squad, if that's what ends up happening, gives us a little bit more of a margin for error, maybe with their finishing on their end or something like that. But overall, I might see like another 4-2 game here in Utah. So I'm going to say 4-2. I think Luna scores.
You jerk.
I think
You're just not letting me catch up to you.
I think Luna scores.
Do a different one.
I think Morgan gets another goal. I'm going to say like one of our defenders get a goal because as bad as we've been on set pieces, Inter Miami has been just as bad on set pieces. So I'm going to give a goal to Engel. I'm going to say Engel scores a goal somewhere in this. And then we'll give another goal to Gozo. But I think Messi will score a goal. I think they'll make it pretty close for like a decent amount of the game. But I think there's just a point where they get tired. Their legs get tired, people get frustrated, and I think RSL will just continue to just pounce and pounce and pounce, especially the high that they're coming off of from playing against San Diego. So 4-2 is going to be my final prediction.
I like it. I do think RSL gets the win. David, go ahead.
Do you think that it should be maybe a little bit of the game plan is to keep the game close until probably like the last 20 minutes and see how tired Inter Miami is and really like just go at them in the last 20 minutes?
I don't think that's how Pablo plays ball. I think Pablo says we play our game and we don't like. That's the thing where I'm saying the lights being too bright is if they try to change how they play this game, that's the only way we lose. You have to go out playing your game because our game is different from a lot of teams in this league where our team is so fast. We can score like that, like we can just go crazy on these teams, especially with these slower players. I don't think we need to wait until they're gassed to elevation to go after them. I think they're already slow. And I really think if keeping the game close, if the game happens to be closer at the end, I do think that's advantage RSL in some ways, but it's also advantage Messi because he only needs a moment and he's not really stoppable in those moments. I think you've got to, if you have your opportunities to make this game not being able to be as impacted by him, you have to. And the last time we played him, it just felt like the lights were too bright. The moment was too big in Miami. So I really hope this time they go out there, play their style. And Pablo having a kind of vibes coach like he is, where he's just amazing with the locker room. This is kind of his Super Bowl where it's like, hey, this is just another game mentality and being able to get his guys prepped where the average age of the roster is like 24. That's why Pablo's great for this type of a game. I think that's the method you got to go in it.
Well, and the first 20 minutes of the first 20 minutes of the game is like the point where it's going to be very high intensity. Everyone can run as much as they can, right? But if you can get through the first 20 minutes of the game, and I don't even think Arsenal just has to get through the first 20 minutes, but like they should take advantage of the first 20 minutes scoring goals because like Hayden said it, Rodrigo de Paul hasn't been good. They've tried to play him like Busquets played in the team last year, and it hasn't been working out well. And there's been a lot of turnovers happening basically in front of the 18 because of how he's trying to play, which I think just highlights a lot of opportunity for people like Gozo, Luna, Kilavogi, Solans to be able to put the ball in the back of the net off of a turnover. But if you can withstand those first 20 minutes, that's where that fatigue starts to kick in because of the altitude, right? So get through those first 20 minutes, try to get a goal if you can ahead of time, and then 20 to 45, it's your game to do what you want with it at that point. They're going to be tired. And then they're just trying to make it to the half. And then again, once you come out the second half, they have a little bit of freshness, but once we hit about minute 70, they're going to be done for. So I don't think you try to keep it close. I think you just try to go at them relentlessly, and I think it'll pay off in the end.
Yeah. And I just have one last question because I want to hear you guys' takes on this. But who gets the jersey at the end of the match?
I was thinking about that too. I think Luna does. I think, his thing, LD, correct me if I'm wrong, but he likes to find another Argentine, or it's like a young player that it's like, oh yeah, he really respects that young player. I think Luna, being the 10 for RSL and being one of the faces of MLS this season, I bet it's Luna. If Luna asks for it, I bet Luna gets it.
Sergey has a chance because he's Spaniard and grew up watching him like as a Barcelona fan. So
how cool would that
there
be?
could be a connection there, but yeah, I think Pablo Ruiz got it in 24 because he's Argentine.
Yeah.
It was Chicho, I thought.
Both got it.
They both got it. Yeah, he brings multiple. So I think he'll give one to someone on the field, but then he has a couple that he like says like, oh, I'll meet you in the locker rooms and give it to you or whatever, or out in the tunnel. So I think on the field, though, that's probably a good shout, like probably Diego Luna, but you never know. You never know. There could be some weird connection that we don't know about that someone has with someone who knows Messi or Messi's camp in general.
Yedlin.
Well, that's true. You do have Yedlin. Yeah. So
that's actually the easy answer.
Yeah.
That's the easy answer right there.
Right. Yeah. So
if Yedlin wants it, then probably Yedlin. Although Yedlin's got to have Messi stuff. Like, he's got to have stuff of Messi's already. No, I think last fun question, and then we'll get on for a very, very quick preview of Galaxy. Over under 6.5 fans on the field in this game throughout from until Messi leaves the field. So not just through the 90 minutes. So LD, we'll have to keep you updated since we'll be at the stadium and it won't be on TV, and they usually don't show people going on the field. But let's go over under 6.5. I saw at least 4 at the end of the game in Colorado, and I don't know if there were any interruptions during that game. So I think I'm going over because RSL's field is kind of prime, where the walls aren't very high. You're really close. I'm interested to see what the security is like. I think that they're just going to be surrounding that thing, just locking arms. So I wonder how difficult it would be. But that's the one question I'm like, oh, man, that's going to be kind of interesting to see just the Messi mania part of this game, too. How does that affect it? David, what do you think?
I really have not thought about that at all. I would say under, just because I do think that we will have security in place and that it's not going to be a surprise that people are going to try to run on the pitch. But one thing about Colorado doing it in a stadium that is you're not used to is that those type of details, like you don't know about the logistics of security and you don't know about, how the event's going to really go because you've never really played there for probably a long time. I don't think Colorado Rapids have ever played there before. So I do think we'll probably keep more runners off the pitch. But like I said, I haven't really thought about that at all. But it's a good thing that I'm going to keep an eye out on.
What do you think, Cody?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if it's harder to get away with it in a bigger stadium or a smaller stadium. I think each have their pros and cons because in a bigger stadium, you have a lot more distance to cover. I mean, because the fields are generally the same, but like there's usually a pretty good section from the crowd to the field, right? In those bigger stadiums. And so like there's that part of it, but you're also like there's way more fans, right? So they have a lot more to keep their eye on. There's a lot more distractions around for them to like for the security to have to like, keep an eye on where maybe one gets away with it. In the more intimate stadiums, like you're closer to the field, less probably like you have to get through to get there. But also, like if you're getting ready to jump out of a seat, like it's pretty like because there's not as many fans there, like people have a pretty good eye on what you're about to do, I think. So I don't know. It'll be interesting, but I'm going to go with the under. I just think they'll have it. I think they'll have, I mean, the fact that Messi took over RSL's facilities so that no one could like get it. Like, I just think they're going to have a pretty good plan in place to make sure nothing crazy happens. There might be people, I was going to say, there might be people attempting to do it, but I don't think many actually get to the field.
Yeah. Where do you even keep Messi? Like, by the way, this is not an endorsement at all for anyone to go and run on the field. Royal Riot very much strongly believes you should not do that.
You're going to lose
you're
going to lose your fan of the match credential here, my friend.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to be screwed. No, do not run on the match. This is just for fun thinking, theoreticals. Where's this dude staying? Because they've got them training out in Harriman, which is a good 25 minutes away from downtown Salt Lake.
Grand America.
They got him just at a hotel inn.
Grand America.
It has to be the Grand America.
No, he's for sure.
Grand America is in down.
Yeah.
Grand America's in down. I literally work kitty corner to Grand America. So I guess I'll keep an eye out on the building tomorrow and see if I see any buses coming back and forth from that. But I mean, that's where the NBA teams stay a lot of the times. NHL, when they come, we'll see them come out. But I don't know, man. That's like a good 25 minutes away.
Him and Rodrigo De Paul are sharing a room at the Grand America, and everybody else is at the Little America.
The Little America. They've got a nice little breakfast there at least. Hey, they're at a DoubleTree or something, just in Sandy. They're chilling. I know there's an Embassy Suites in South Jordan that they've just probably got them all. bunkered up at doing happy hour there. So
Ian Frey is
they've got a good time.
Ian Frey is staying at Hayden's basement right now.
Yeah, like I was thinking about that today. I was like, I'm 20 minutes away from Lionel Messi right now. It's kind of wild to think about.
It's
just
insane.
what's this dude doing in Utah? Shouldn't be happening. Just wild. But let's go ahead, talk about RSL taking on LA Galaxy.
University of Utah fans, we have fresh new gear for you to elevate your game day and everyday style. Check out brothersforlife.com. That's brothers, F-O-R-E, life.com, where you will find the freshest, officially licensed U of U merchandise. The Blackhawk collection is a dope accessory for fans, alumni, and athletes who rep the U with pride. The design blends iconic U of U branding with a distinctive Brothers for Life aesthetic, making them a standout addition to any Utah fans' collection. BFL Promotions can also assist you in creating custom-made products for your brand or an upcoming event. BFL Promotions is your one-stop shop for a vast array of promotional products and business gifts. Their extensive offering of products will ensure that you find the apparel, bags, drinkware, awards, and much, much more to help you promote your brand. Check them out today at brothersforelife.com and see why so many people use BFL Promotions to show up and to stand out.
If you're sourcing inventory for TikTok, Whatnot, eBay, or Amazon, Titanic Sales was built for you. We specialize in closeouts, overstock, and opportunity buys on name brand products. In this market, sourcing is everything. Titanic Sales brings you the deals that haven't been picked over, with pricing that leaves real profit on the table. Whether you're testing new products or are ready to scale, we provide a consistent flow of inventory across dozens of categories. Buy smarter, turn faster, and maximize your margin with Titanic Sales. To learn more, call Kevo today at 801-860-8061. Again, the number to call for amazing deals on a wide variety of inventory is 801-860-8061. Titanic Sales. Big inventory, bigger margins.
Galaxy, a team that kind of unpredictable coming to this year, where they have a team that they kind of ran back with just the help of some veterans this season. Paintsill coming back from injury looks to be big. They have Klaus, who's been solid enough that St. Louis fans are tracking their goals versus his goals alone. So Galaxy going to be a tough one on the road after the highs of Miami and going full throttle for 2 games straight in a very short period of time. If we're going to rotate, I do think this is your rotation game. I think this is your quote-unquote schedule loss, if you will. I would be thrilled with a draw here in LA. That's actually what my prediction is going to be. I still think you're not going to be able to stop us from scoring. I don't think we're going to stop them from scoring. I think 2-2 draw here in LA. I do think Klaus is going to get on the end of one, and Paintsill is just going to kill us. He's going to be pretty scary there, but their defense not looking great, so I think we're going to be able to have some opportunities of our own.
What if I told you Klaus came off injured in the FC Dallas game?
He did. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not watch that.
And it didn't look great, right, David?
So maybe we're good.
It didn't, like, I still need to look at the news of it, but that's kind of what I just got from X, that he's probably not going to play against us now.
Anytime.
It looked like he was emotional coming off.
Yeah, anytime that you get subbed off during the game, that's not great. So that is big. I mean, in terms of just not having a main goal scorer like that. I'm actually stoked, though, for the brothers matchup. That's what I want to see. I want to see the two brothers start against each other. I want to see that matchup, the Sanabria brothers going against each other. He's had himself a nice season with LA, 2 goals this season so far, secured that starting spot there. I'm pretty excited for that. Again, I'll stick with my 2-2 draw, though. I think they'll find goals. I think Paintsill is a bad matchup for our back line, especially, again, Gozo's just defensively not where you'd want that to be yet. But hopefully they don't have the 9 to make it impactful, because that's when we really get hurt, is when the 9 takes up too much of the center back's attention, that the wingers are able to really kill us. So that's what I'll be looking for that game. RSL taking on Galaxy on Sunday. Are we the Walmart Sunday Showdown again? They keep putting us on primetime.
Because we're good.
Which is electric. I'm happy that they're doing that. No, I feel like we usually don't have very many primetime games, but we've already had quite a few this season. David, you're supposed to be checking this out. Go to the schedule.
Okay. I don't know
David.
where to see the Walmart
Fixtures.
showtime.
Fixtures.
What does it say it on FOTMob?
It will say if it's the time. There's only one Sunday night game, David.
Okay.
Jeez.
Well, it's 5
Yeah,
p.m. Sunday night.
we're the Walmart showdown, David. Jeez. Producer
Googling
over
that.
here just not switching his screen. I was like, oh, we're talking about this game, and I'm over here stuck looking at their bad loss against Toluca.
Quote. We need to clip that quote of the night. I don't know where to look up the Walmart Sunday night showdown sketch.
David, it's just whatever game's on Sunday night. That's big Walmart, bro. Arkansas comes up big on Sunday nights, bro.
Hey, well, we're 5 p.m. on Sunday. I guess we're Walmart crap.
My goodness. Doesn't even put it up on the screen. What do we have the screen for? Just so that we can look at freaking Toluca and Dallas and their terrible run of forms.
Do you see that, Hayden? You're gone for a couple episodes, and he leaves his producer seat and gets cozy in that hosting seat. Man's forgot his place on this podcast.
I can't wait until I'm asking who's the Walmart showtime to you, Hayden.
That's what you should have been doing if you were just on top of it. First, you hate the MLS draft, which is so rude because RSL's Golden Boot, MLS draftee, and then you're over here not knowing the famous Walmart Sunday night showdown. That's just insane.
He's gonna be like,
especially when it's like,
he's gonna be like, who's the Costco Saturday Showtime match?
What other free advertising can we do for these mega brands to our like 250 listeners? What can we do? You guys are all going to go and shop at Walmart because of Roar.
What do they always say about corner kicks? Don't they always sponsor corner kicks too in like Apple TV? It's just like, it's the Continental Tires corner kick.
Yeah, something like that.
Dude, the MLS playoffs presented by Audi. I love when MLS teams are making a run and every time they make a tweet, it has to say MLS playoffs presented by Audi. They can't just leave off the presented by Audi part. My absolute favorite part of the marketing thing. MLS is just, they're like, listen, we need all these sponsor dollars. We've got this guy named Lionel Messi that we have to pay for. We will be shameless with our advertising.
That's like, they're going to get it to the point where it's like, they're going to get it to the point where it's like in-game things. They're going to have to start advertising. Like, that was off the crossbar presented by Golden Corral.
Well, they've already got odds during the game presented by FanDuel. Then they've got their prediction markets presented by Polymarket. So they got
all sorts of
everything.
Stuff. That's awesome.
Anything you can think of, MLS probably has a sponsor. Can we be the official sponsor of MLS?
That'd be great.
What do we got to do to be that? What should we sponsor?
We probably should talk about like MLS
throw-ins.
Generally.
I don't know.
Throw-ins? That's a good one, David. Maybe the 6-second rule of the substitutions.
Anytime the referee stops
something
play.
just so absurd.
Ooh, VAR calls. Like,
I like
it's like
VAR
VAR
calls presented by Roy Riot. Yeah, I like that. That rolls off the tongue. We got to get in touch with someone.
There we go.
But this episode's gone too long, so let's get some predictions from you boys. It was supposed to be a short episode. That's on all of us, mainly David for not keeping us in check.
Yeah, noted. He took 10 minutes on his predictions, and now he's like, LD, David, now. Come on.
I didn't talk yesterday.
David, welcome to the podcast, my man. I appreciate your arrivals now knowing that this is how it works here. So Hayden is the king of blabbering for 30 minutes and then telling me, all right, dude, we've been on here for too long. You have 2 minutes to wrap it up. I'm like, all right.
Yapping. It's how it works. It's just a yap fest. And it's going to be, dude, I kind of can't wait for RSL to lose a game and LD and I just to be prime, like yapping at each other. I can't wait for something controversial
next
to happen.
Monday.
That's when it really gets bad. It's been too happy around here lately. I'm just being honest.
I'm just telling you right now, if like RSL, like just shats the bed and Messi puts up like 3 and it's a 3-0 game, I'm throwing that Inter Miami kit back on and I'm going relentless at both of you.
Drew, good idea.
Royal Riot red cards. That's actually very good, Drew. I like it.
Drew, you can be on the podcast if we get that.
I'll talk to Don Garber. See what he says.
Whose spot does Drew? Drew, you can take Jimmy's spot as our. No, Jimmy's too valuable. You can take my spot.
No, you can take my spot, Drew, because I'm basically an Inter Miami fan at this point, so you can switch me out.
Basically, you are an Inter Miami fan. It's disgusting. All right, LD, give us a prediction for the Galaxy.
Yes, I had a prediction, but you kept talking. It was 1-1. I'm going to say 1-1, and I think it's a Victor Olatunji goal that we get. So there you go.
Did you guys? I didn't listen to the episode. Did you guys talk about how big of a drop off there was? from Salons to Olatunji?
Jimmy,
Like, not just like...
No, because I actually disagree. I mean, we already talked about this in San Diego, but I disagree with you. I think Victor came in and played the part that he had to play, which was like keep the backline busy. They kept fouling him, so then it moved us up further in the field. We got to take our time on set pieces. So like he wasn't. I don't think he was meant to go in and do everything that Sergi was doing. I think he definitely could have like pressed a lot more than he was. Like you could tell he was a little more like lackadaisical. But like I think the type of forward he is, he did what he needed to do. He was messy in the box. His touch wasn't that great, but I think all the subs in general weren't great when they came on. So, and Pablo talked about that. So,
yeah, no, I was like, you guys probably talked about that, but I thought Olatunji, the biggest thing, the drop off for me was the hold up play. Salons can win any ball in the air. He can hold the ball up. He can get fouled. It's insane. I've rarely seen an RSL forward like this where they work that hard to keep the ball. And when you go and look up his like deeper stats, which I know LD doesn't do, but I know David does, he wins so many. It's like 87% of aerial duels he wins, which is wild for a forward to win that many against the two center backs that you're always against. So no, I just felt like that was the biggest drop off. It wasn't necessarily in the attack. It was in the middle of the field. I was like, holy cow, Salons. It's not that Olatunji doesn't work hard. I think it's just that Salons is really good at that part of the game.
They're just different forwards too. Like that's like, I just don't think
different players.
Yeah, you don't throw Victor in there thinking that he's going to replicate what Sergi Solans is doing. Like he plays a different game at that position. So I think that's part of it.
Yeah. No, the big fall off isn't necessarily because Olatunji is poor. It's because Salons excels so much that it's like, oh shoot, we don't have that anymore.
Right.
It's like that's what was difference. It's not a knock on Olatunji. Olatunji's great at a lot of things. And they have strengths and weaknesses. It's what's cool about having two legit nines.
Yeah.
Just imagine if we got Sergi last year when we could have got him. It would have been so much better in the beginning of the season. I was thinking about that the other day.
David, now you had no faith in Sergi? David!
No, I have faith.
Drew's calling you out!
Oh, tell him, Drew.
No.
Tell him, Drew.
Get him, Drew.
Okay, my take is this. I still think we don't have a lot of depth in the attack, and I talked about Barea being out, Piol being out. If Sergi or Victor are out, we have
so
like
you
a
just
huge
don't
gap.
believe in Salons, is what you're telling us.
No,
you just don't believe in RSL's golden boot. Nah, that's not what you're saying. That's not what Drew's saying. You thought he wasn't even a good backup. Wow.
He's the best attacking player we've gotten from the MLS Super Draft. I will make that statement.
Corey Baird had 8 goals his rookie year.
He's not from the MLS Super Draft. So
yes, he is. Stanford.
Got you there. No, but we've drafted him before. We got him before. Does that make sense? He didn't go through the draft.
I'm counting it. Played at Stanford.
Yeah, he played at Stanford, but he was a homegrown.
Don't care. Counting it.
Okay.
Counting it.
Well, I'll say that. Like, he's on track to beat Corey Baird's rookie year.
I mean, he's already got the most goals in RSL history through their first 5 starts. So he's been killing it that way. That took over an hour for me to look up all of the different RSL goal scorers throughout the years to try to see if anyone beat that. I was like messaging Trey, just like, hey, do you know this off the top of your head? And finally he was like, I trust your research. You can just put it out there. Like, fine, I hope I'm not wrong. But nobody else has done what Sergi's done in their first 5 starts. Kind of insane what he's been doing. But let's wrap this thing up. We've been talking too long, mainly LD actually. But thank you so much for listening to us on this fantastic episode. I hope LD is a sad man on Wednesday when we beat his club, Miami. No, the Messi chants are just going to piss me off. They're going to happen. Just going to need to get used to them, I guess. LD's already bowing. Probably to you, David. Probably bowing to you, if we're being completely honest. Put that shit down. Sorry, David.
By the way, my prediction's 2-1 loss.
You're predicting a loss? Do you hate this team?
Wait. I just
wait.
think it's time.
Can we sorry, David. Before we go on, can we just talk about Hayden was about to close out the episode without even letting you give your prediction for the LA Galaxy game?
I
just knew he was going to be negative. I just know he hates this club even more than the Messi fan. I feel like I'm the only true fan on this podcast now.
I don't like LA Galaxy, and
no, I'm
Galaxy, saying they're going to win. I hate the analyst and Galaxy. They were like, they're the top 4 team in the West earlier this preseason. And I was like, how are they? They spent almost nothing this last offseason. But
that's enough talking from you, Davey. Let's
That's it.
Let's end this episode. Thank you all so much for listening to this. David, no, you're actually spot on with that LA Galaxy stuff. And thank you for being the punching bag of this last 10 minutes as we've extended this way further than it should have been. We appreciate you, Drew. We appreciate you for being in the comments of this one. Mothfran, you as well. David did tell me he would give you his ticket for your friendship. So congratulations to you. You get David's ticket. That is a great giveaway on Royal Riot, the only podcast giving away a free ticket to the Inter Miami game. Go Mothfran. Alrighty, RSL fans, we take on Miami 7:30 on Wednesday, and then Sunday we are the Walmart Sunday Showdown on the road against LA Galaxy at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Have y'all yourselves a week. We will be back talking to you next week, hopefully with some good updates on the games and a good preview moving forward to Portland. Thank you so much.